all these years after, you know, being married and raising kids, making the meals for all those different holidays and all, I still get a little nervous about it. And you don't really need to, because when you buy it like this from Rastelli's, there's so little work to do. And you know it's going to taste great. You know it's going to turn out. This is actually from Rastelli's. It's a 7 to 8 pound bone-in spiral cut ham. It comes with the glaze. All you got to do is add water, and that glaze is all ready to go. But Ray Rastelli, America's butcher, he comes to us from this amazing butcher shop. He brings us some of the best steaks, some of the best pork, some of the best chicken. And so it doesn't even matter what kind of meat. It's the best. This is really great. You can have it shipped out right away. And I was going to say, if you want this for Thanksgiving, you do need to have it shipped out right away. If you don't need it for Thanksgiving, but you want it more for the holiday of Christmas or something, then you can go to December 4th ship week. But it is at a sale price right now. In fact, you're saving $16 and paying $104.98. That's not unusual to pay $100 for a ham this size.
No, this is the largest ham that we actually bring to QVC. It's going to feed 12 to 14 people easily. But let me tell you what's really special about this ham. This ham comes from the eastern shores of Pennsylvania, right? It's Pennsylvania Dutch country. We have got the most incredible ham. But what we do with this, what really makes it special, Mary Beth, we take this and we brine this for 4 hours. Now, brining is just a natural process of actually helping to keep the moisture inside the ham. Then we smoke this over hardwood hickory chips for 8 hours. That's where you get this beautiful color, this beautiful smoking, because otherwise it would be a piece of pork. And when you smoke it, you turn it into a piece of ham. But I want to show you something. This is what I look at as a butcher. Now, the reason I love the bone-in ham is you get all different types of meat here. This is the top, what we call the top round. This is the bottom round, and this piece right here is the sirloin. So you get the full round of a ham. And it's just so incredibly perfect. It is the most beautiful centerpiece you're going to put there. But let me tell you one of the things that I love about this ham. Besides the centerpiece and the way it looks, it's completely natural, right? So it's not chunked, it's not formed, but I'm going to give you a butcher's tip on how to cut it. Because a lot of people say, Ray, it's gorgeous on my table, but how do I cut it? Let me show you. Just take your ham and put it face down like this, right? Which is kind of counterintuitive, right? You think, oh, my goodness, face down. And then just take a large knife and go straight down. Now, I want you to see what happens. This is just going to be half of the ham. As I slice this down, and it's a simple thing to do, right? It was one cut. I want you to see the inside of this ham now.
Oh my
Look at how beautiful that is. But here's the slices. Look at all of the slices that came off of this piece of ham.
You say 12 to 14, but seriously, I think it could be more than that.
I mean, look at how, and this is what some people again say, well, how do I slice it? Well, I just showed you with one cut. I've given you, now that's just half of the ham. Now that's going to feed a lot of people. So you know what, Mary Beth? I'm going to cut the other half. I want to show you how simple it is. So here I go. I'm just going to take the ham, I'm going to turn it around this way, and I'm going to cut this half of the ham. Now when I cut this half, it's going to go right down on the bone. And what I have left, though, is really something special, right?
Oh, I bet.
Because what I have left is what's good for the next day. So here I go, right down this ham. Now again, right, that easy. Right down the center. Okay.
Oh
here's
my goodness. You guys, if you could see how juicy
half of this ham. Look at how
smell this.
Look at how beautiful that is. And you know what I'm left with? I'm left with that bone. Just that bone that I'm going to make my pea soup the next day, right?
Or ham and bean soup.
Yes, or ham and bean soup. But every slice is perfect. Every slice is completely natural. And of course, you're getting the glaze that comes with it. Right?
Now, all you have to do is add water to the glaze. But here's my question. So I want to thaw this out before, like over the last 2 to 3 days before you're going to serve it. And then what do I do once I take it out of the package?
So I'm going to show you what it looks like when it comes to you, right? So this is how big it is. It's a huge ham. Right? It's massive. I mean, look at the size of this ham, right? It's the biggest ham we do. So when it gets to you, it's going to be completely frozen. All I want you to do is put it in your refrigerator 2, 3, 4 days even in ahead of the day you're going to cook it, whether it's Thanksgiving or the holidays. And then take it out of your refrigerator for about 2 hours. Let it get to room temperature. Set your oven at 350. put it in your, all you got to do is put it in your oven for 45 minutes to an hour, and it's done. Because remember, this ham has been fully cooked. We smoked this for 8 hours, so I'm going to cut you a slice of that for you to try.
I'm telling you, if you could smell what I smell right now, if you could see what I see right now, I love leftover ham. I mean, seriously, I love it the day of, but the next day, the next day, the next day. I mean, from sandwiches to pizza to scalloped potatoes and ham, you name it. This is the way to do it. Can I just say, right now, especially if you want this for Thanksgiving along with your turkey perhaps, you can go out in the stores, and I got to tell you, they are charging a fortune, and you don't even know what you're buying. You don't know where that hog came from. You don't know what that ham is. You don't know if it's processed, if it's pressed, if it's been shot full of all kinds of chemicals.
So
Can
true.
I just say, this is no artificial ingredients at all. Firm, moist, tender, a beautiful presentation on the table. And the fact is all we really have to do is heat it and eat it.
And look at how tender it is. It just pulls apart.
Oh, it's so tender.
And there's a reason for it, because it's real ham, right? It's not chunked, it's not formed. It's got that beautiful marbling in there that I look for. This is what I look for. When I have a ham that's got that kind of marbling in there, you know what? I know I'm going to have a ham that's going to be really tender. But look at the moisture. That's the moisture, because the marbling inside that ham actually helps it to just continue to stay moist. And of course, when you add a little bit of that drippings on there, that makes it even the better. This is my ham at home. This is what I do.
Say, you can put the pineapple and the cherries on if you want to. You don't have to. You know, one of the things I learned a long time ago is when I'm heating it up in the oven for a little while, I like to put a little orange juice on the bottom of the pan and, and drizzle it over the ham.
Yep, let me give you a little tip there too. Okay,
please.
Because one of the things with hams, people say, well, hams are salty. Well, the natural...
This one wasn't.
I know, and there's a reason, because the natural smoking process is going to make it salty. So here's what you do, the little tip. Take some ginger ale, right? Just some ginger ale. Put it in the bottom of the pan that you're roasting it in, and it will take out any of the natural salts right out of that ham. So you'll get a ham that's not just tender and juicy, but it's not salty at all. And I think that's something that's really special.
I'm going to take another little piece. That was so incredibly good. But I'll tell you something else. You're looking at a gal who's from Minnesota. My husband grew up on a hog farm. I've had some of the best ham you could ever eat in your life. And I'm telling you, this is great. I don't just say that. This is where, and I know how important it is to you to get the right meat, not just ham from anywhere, but the fact that QVC can ship it right to your home, right to your door. You don't have to carry this home. You don't have to look at a whole bunch of different hams and try to figure out what's good. People a lot of times just go by the price. Well, I can tell you right now, you could buy a small ham and it can be $30, $40. You're buying a big 7 to 8 pound bone-in ham that's going to feed, I'm going to say 12 to 16 people.
Easily. You can see how much is up here. I mean, I'm still slicing. There are slices and slices and slices.
Unbelievable.
And they're natural slices, right? That's what I love most.
Once you have leftovers, by the way, those leftovers last a long time too.
They really do. So whether it's going to be eggs, whether it's going to be a salad that we did here, or maybe that Dagwood sandwich.
Wow.
Of course, the next morning it's always great with eggs.
Tender.
But yeah, look at that. I mean, that is just, and it just pulls.
Look at how tender this is.
It just pulls apart. I mean, it just look at how simple.
Like,
look. And you know what I love is, because it's an all-natural ham, you're going to taste. You're going to be able to taste. I'll show you with this piece here. It's really well defined. You can see the sirloin that's right here. You can see the beautiful top round that's right here. And of course, when you drop a little bit of that glaze on top.
Do you know what? This is how confident we are that you will love this ham. And that is, we give you money back guarantee, holiday return policy, but guess what? You don't have to return it.
No.
But it goes till the end of January. If you have this ham and you say, you know what? Not anywhere near as good as they said it was, get your money back. That's how confident we are. This is America's Butcher right here.
You will
love it. And I'm telling you, he brings us the best steaks, the best prime rib, now the best ham, you name it. And Ray, as always, just amazing. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Absolutely. In the meantime, if you want to get those baked